Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I am back again with a little bit of an update. I've got the basement for the most part wired, at least I've got outlets up so that I can plug in my tools, my table saw, my other saws, drill press. I can actually begin to start making things again, so that's a plus. I still have some lighting issues to deal with to make it so that I can see what I'm doing, although that's not as big a problem. I have some lights that I can move around in the meantime until I put some more lights up above me. But the fact that I'm able to plug my stuff up and not have to use an extension cord and dangerously run things across the room and have everything off of one outlet is a big plus. And I've already gotten started on a small thing that I've been wanting to do. I've got the video game area set up down here, and I've got some small little black shelves that I bought from a department store years ago that I've used for a lot of things, and the video games fit on them real well. And I'm using those until I can build a nice shelf. Something specifically for the game cartridges and whatnot. The bad side, the downside to them is there's no back. They're, the things you buy, they're in a box, thin box. You put them together yourselves and you've got a shelf. And they're wonderful and they're made to hang on the wall or sit up against something. But down here in the basement, I'm not hanging them on the wall. It's off cinder block. I don't want to go to that trouble. And they're mainly temporary until I can get something better. Plus the wall around the basement is a lip that sticks out, so you can't put anything flat against the wall. Problem is, my son quickly showed me that you can accidentally, when you put one of the games back, push another game out of the back. So Final Fantasy almost bit the dust. But fortunately I snapped it back together and I have now put the tools set up. I was able to cut out a thin board and paste it, or I was going to glue it, but I ended up using some clamps. I cut the boards to size, I clamped them down. I wanted to drill some pilot holes because they are a particle board. They would crack and break easy. It's very small wood, but it worked out well. They have backs on them now. I don't have to worry about the stuff falling off the back. And now that I've done that and taken the inventory, two of them, I have three. Two of them are full. The third one doesn't have a back, but it doesn't set up as high, and it does have cartridges on it. It has CDs or CD cases, so they're not in as much risk. They're not as high, but eventually I'm going to get to those. But I didn't have enough board for all three. This was some leftover scrap that I didn't toss in the move. I've got more projects I want to work on. I've got a small coffee mug tree that I want to build. I've got some more shelves that I want to build. Shelves for the kitchen, shelves for the living room, shelves for the video game room. Just a lot of little projects I need to get to, and when I have the time, when I have the money, I need to make another one or two. I made the utensil holder a while back. I need to make one or two more of those because we've combined several different families worth of stuff, and it's nice to have all these cooking utensils, but wow, where do we put them all? I also want to make a small bar down here that I can hang all these clamps on. I've still got a lot of organization to do. It's just been a very slow process, and I've got this big cabinet over here to my right that has shelves in it, and everything's just kind of been crammed in there. And I need to actually take the time to pull stuff out, organize it. Might want to make some shelves or cubbies for it. Got a lot of little things to do, but all in time. And it's a little funny. I did put the back on these little video game shelves or curiosity shelves. They're made for little trinkets or whatever, video CDs. I ended up putting it back on that. When I first, right before I moved, I had planned, I've got an entertainment center. It's also particle board. It's the one I'm using here in the basement. It was in my living room at the previous house, and it was wobbly, and the back got lost, and that's part of the reason. My plan was to, before I took down the table saw at the old house, cut a board to the right size, and then as I was breaking things down, when I was putting them back up at the new house, when I put it back together, I was going to make a quick video. The board's already cut. I just nail it on, and it's just, here's how you can salvage some of that, put it together yourself furniture that you get at the stores now, the particle board stuff. The backs on them is very important, and it helps keep them stable. So there's ways you can patch that up. I cut the wood wrong. I got here to the new house, I'm putting it together, it didn't fit. I measured wrong. So I had these two pieces of board that, this one piece was supposed to be the one that fit, and the other one was a scrap, and neither one of them works. I ended up buying some brackets, and I didn't do it like I planned, but it ended up in the basement. I put some brackets on it. It's more stable. The oak back is open, so there's plenty of room to run cables and wires for all the video games, so whatever. But then I ended up using those same boards to fix these shelves. Funny how things work out. So if you have some of that type of furniture, the do-it-yourself furniture, the put it together out of a box particle board furniture, and you want to keep it, and it's getting a little wobbly, maybe the back is still on it, maybe the back has come loose, you might just be able to take the back and straighten it and nail it back down, or you could get a board and carefully measure and cut it and put it on the back, and just I would suggest, depending on the wood, you might can nail it in. You might drill some pilot holes and get some small screws, and once you put that back on, it gives a lot of its stability back. Of course, any questions and comments, leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and stay creative.